District Hearing and Vision Training video. Today you are going to learn how to conduct our hearing and vision screenings at your local schools. You might be wondering who's going to do these hearing and vision screenings. Each school administration should assign 2 people from that school to complete the screenings on a yearly basis. If you need any help with the procedures or additional training, you can certainly reach out to your local speech-language pathologist to give you a hand. All right, let's talk about setup. First, you're going to work with your local school administration and your local speech pathologist to find a place with minimal traffic where you can set up your hearing and vision equipment. Set up your hearing equipment. You'll want to make sure that you have easy access to an outlet, a comfortable place for a child to sit. That must be within easy reach of the headphones. For the vision screening, you're going to want to set up your vision chart in a place where it will not be moved. These things do go missing. Make sure you put it at approximate average eye level height of the students in your school. It's also very helpful if you go ahead and cover up the parts of the eye chart that will not be used. That way, students don't get confused. Once you have your eye chart set in its location, you're going to want to scooch 10 feet on over and put a nice little line on the floor where your students will stand for the eye test. Make sure it is 10 feet from your eye chart. Before you begin your hearing and vision screening, please check that the parent has checked yes, that they give permission and has put their signature on the form. All right, first up for the hearing screenings, we're going to talk about the audiometer. Now yours may look a little bit different from ours, but overall they function the same way. Step 1, turn it on. This is kind of an important step. There we go. You should see some green lights or something happen to show you that it's on. Be sure that your dB level is set to 25. This is the level that you will do the hearing screening on. Over here, under frequency, you're going to begin at the 1000 Hertz level, also screen 2000 and 4000 Hertz in both ears. Once you've collected your student for the hearing and vision screening and brought them to the evaluation room, you're going to set them up. Here are the headphones. Red is always right. I prefer to put the headphones on from behind the student. Otherwise, sometimes if you put them on from the front, yikes, we don't want to lose any kids today, friends. Red is right. Adjust as necessary. When you put the headphones on the child, you always want to double check their ears for any signs of redness, swelling, or drainage. If any of those are present, do not conduct the hearing screening. You should also never conduct a hearing screening on a child who is hearing impaired or wears hearing aids. Let's begin the hearing screening. My audiometer is on and ready to go. I have the hearing level set at 25 dB and I'm starting at 1000 Hertz. I'm going to start out with the right ear. It doesn't really matter, that's just my preference. All right, all you have to do to get the beep is just push the R and it will go to the headphones. Here we go. No response. If you don't get a response on the first try, you may want to check that the headphones are not too tight, the child doesn't have hair over their ears, or you haven't somehow managed to fold up their earlobe under the headphones, stopping them from hearing the sounds. All right, now that I've checked the headphones are properly placed, my experimental test subject here has been instructed to raise her hand every time she hears a beep. So here we go. 25 dB, 1000 Hertz, right ear. Let's see what happens. She heard it. I'm going to continue. Moving up to 2000. She heard it again. We're doing great. And finally up to 4000. Excellent. Now we switch ears. You don't have to go back down to 1000. I just start at the top and work my way back down. Oh, good. She did hear it. She was a little delayed on that one though. Uh-oh. No response. Make sure you note that. Final one. No response again. Unfortunately, my test subject has failed this hearing screening. To pass a hearing screening, the child must hear all 3 frequencies in both ears. Let's assume that I'm going to be screening a very young child for our vision screening today. I'm concerned she may not know her letters and will therefore fail her vision screening. What am I to do? In this instance, you can go ahead and ask the child to name the letters at the top of the chart that we are reasonably sure they can see to check for accuracy. Hey, experimental test subject, what letter is this?
A.
Uh-oh. What letter is this?
C.
How about this one?
B.
What about this one?
D.
Well, my experimental test subject does not know her letters. we're going to have to go to Plan B. So when you have a student who can't identify their letters, if you're in an elementary school, each school should have access to one of these symbol vision charts. You can use this instead of the letters so that you can still screen the student. If you're in middle and high school, you probably won't have one of these, but if on the rare occasion you do have a student who cannot do their letters, you may need to go ahead and get with your local SLP and look at the possibility of a functional vision screening. To set up the student for the vision screening, you're going to want to make sure that they place their feet with their heels on your 10-foot tape line. Okay? Next, you're going to provide them with an index card or something of a similar size and shape to cover one eye while you conduct the screening. The child should be instructed to keep both eyes open for the duration of the screening and should never press hard on their eye as it can distort their vision. If the child has glasses or contacts, they can go ahead and continue to wear them for the screening. Now that your student is set up, we're going to go ahead and begin the screening, always by screening the right eye first. Here we go. Now, my student is in kindergarten. For kindergarten and first graders, you're always going to use the line marked 2040. For children that are second grade or older, you're going to use the 2030 line. All right, experimental test subject, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, now we're going to point to these in a random order because we don't want her to learn the order, which will give us invalid results. All right, experimental test subject, what letter is this?
Circle.
Okay, what letter is this?
V.
How about this one?
V.
How about this one?
H.
And how about this one?
T.
Now we're going to screen the other eye. Experimental test subject, please cover up your other eye. All right, she's ready. Here we go. Experimental test subject, what letter is this?
V.
How about this one?
Circle.
How about this one?
H.
How about this one?
V.
How about this one?
T.
How about this one?
T.
All right, now you may notice that she said circle instead of O for each of these options. Since she was consistent, I know that she really did see those letters, and I'm going to count those as a pass. In order for a child to pass the vision screening, they must correctly see 3 out of 5 in both eyes. After you've completed the hearing and vision screening, you're going to want to make sure that you accurately record the results of the screening on the permission form. Okay, child failed the hearing and vision screening. Now what? You can rescreen that child after 10 days. If they only failed the hearing portion of the screening, that's the only part you have to rescreen. Same thing for vision. But please make sure that you rescreen that section in its entirety. When you rescreen a student after 10 days, whether it's hearing or vision, if they fail again, follow your local school's procedure for reporting those failing results to the parent. Each school should maintain a roster of hearing and vision screenings performed somewhere near the equipment for easy access. After you finish the screening, be sure to go ahead and log it onto the roster along with the results for our records. Once your hearing and vision screenings are completed and you've logged them on the roster, follow your local school's procedures for who those results are given to for reporting. And that's it! See, it wasn't as hard as you thought it was going to be. Happy hearing and vision screening, everyone.